Hey, NASDAQ, we get the best dope on the markets. I am Alan Palmer. I am your host. It is Monday morning, May 18th. Okay. We got crude. Look at that. Oh, look at this, man. We're $3 off. See, okay, I've been talking about selling crude. Let's go to crude first. I want to talk about meal, too, here. Meal's at 339 here. Okay, so just so you know on this, I'm just going to go through here. These are beans, corn, wheat. This is silver here. This is kind of, it just missed there down there. But look at this. We got 7402.80. Okay, call it 7403. Okay, 7411 was the low here, and this is what we've done. We haven't even opened the day session bank hours, okay? But here's the green. This is small, okay? I did not have this here, and this is just in the last, 12 hours, okay? I was just looking for some value here, okay? Because during these turbulent times, they might throw a $15 break. What do we got? 74 to 90, $16 break, okay? So what was this? You can't call a low tick. Okay, so call it 73. It's $17 rally, $16 break ish. Okay, so if you're looking for some numbers here, that would you have a stop under here. You wait to buy these powder blues there, 71, 77. See them over there? Can you see those? I have a little thing. Here's what it looks like on a percent chart. Okay, we were just up, 26, 20, almost 27%. Okay, last week. This is a daily. Monday, Friday, Thursday, hump day. There's the hump, the top of the hump. And this is how we do it. Monday, Tuesday. Anything goes in silver. I was just thinking out loud here. What if they just come in the day session now and then just buy it after the last 2 days and then seeing it all night last night? So, you know what, folks? Okay. Trump's got all the cards, okay? He's got the oil here. I've talked about it, selling rallies, okay? You're looking for, this is July crude, okay? Here's June crude here. Let's go look at that, okay? This is where we went, 108.70, okay? So we came up to this high, also some sevens, okay? This is why you got to respect it. Okay, and I don't know, what do? Put a, here, you know what? Here, hang on a second. Let's just go look at what that overnight action looked like here, NQM. This is in the June, okay, so here, that was 101 last time I had that. Okay, so see, this is June, okay? See the volume? Nothing. Do not trade June crude oil. So anyway, but this is, okay, let's go to here. Because I have to NQMN. Okay, I have the 24-hour session on the micros. And are these micros here? You can't see it on the top. E-mini crude oil. Okay, so these are $500 a buck. So here's where we are. This is where we were last night. What time did we top out? 8 o'clock. Jeez, we've seen that before. I mean, you're going to see times all the time. 8 o'clock, man, right on the button. I'm getting ready to go to bed early. Just sell some. Okay, I'm making it up. Okay, so we went up here to 104.5, came back down, broke $4. Okay, here. Lower highs. This is a 12-minute chart, okay? And then this is, here, just let me, okay. Let's go to crude here and look at, here, hang on a second. Let's just go look at these Augies and stuff like this, okay? Because you have to have your research in every one. If you're looking for the middle of summer, okay, for whatever reason, drought could be in the beans. And so we got here, 99.11. Boy, that sounded familiar in the other one. So we got up here. I've got nothing here. This is a 1,200 minute. Here, let me go to a daily. Let's just see what that does. Okay, see New York, man, They put bad data in there. Okay, so ignore this bar. Okay, but 99.11, you're looking at the chart. The only thing I have around here is 99 or 98.19. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, this is how they're pricing in the back months now. Okay, so this was the high. Okay, these were the highs. This was when the market was. Here, hang on a second here. Let me go to a daily here. That was a 480-minute chart. Okay, this is a daily. This is drill, baby, drill. Okay. Trump got in here, okay, and this was the tariff, okay. You come back down here, look at his trend line, okay. Here, look at his trend line again and again. Okay, you say, well, that might be just drawn in there. Okay, here's what it is: December of 18 and June of 17's lows. Okay. Anyway, that's where we're going. No. So this is where we are. What are we at? 94.40. Okay, because so you can see I have nothing up here. Okay, in this back month, this is September. Okay, so here we are up 84. Let's go back to the Julys here. This is the one you want to be trading. Well, this is the one you want to be trading. This is the one that they're all rolling into. Let's put up some volume there for a second. Okay, so see 200,000. Hang on, let me take that off. Okay, this is where we are. 104.37 is the high. This is what I talk about when they get back under old highs. Okay, and actually this is last month's high. Okay, so these would be a couple areas here. If you're trading, if you're day trading, okay, you're responsible for your own actions. Here, long-term trend line right here, long-term trend line here with overshoot, right? With overshoot first time. Here you come back on a close. Here you go. Here, feed them all in there, then break it. Okay, so this is what crude looks like. Okay, what is this high back here? This was an expiration squeeze, it looks like June of 25. Okay, it is almost June of 26. And so what do we go off at? So 76-ish? 77.5 on a high over there. Okay, so, so we're up 30%. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of money is going into fertilizer now. I see there was a deal in, was it Canada? It doesn't matter, okay? I'm talking macro, okay, because we're trading macro. We're deriving our opinion macro. We got corn up 3% here, up 15 cents. We came down here. Look at this. Powder blues, and this was a trend line. Okay, if you got my charts, okay, just strictly a trend line off the bottom here, okay, just another tool, so here you got some olives here, here's one thin one, what are we at, 71, holy moly, we're up here, we're back up here, okay, as a matter of fact, here, I want to call this out, yesterday's high, 73 in the goats, today's high, 73 and a quarter, top left-hand corner, 73 and a quarter. Okay, these have been here forever. Not forever. They're not forever. Oh, that's March of 25. See what I mean? There is that crowd in the PhD. I call it the PhD script, where people just love to just say something about that you being wrong that makes them feel right. But that's not for here. It is psychology of markets. Let's just I'll give you a long-term look here. Okay. Wherever we are, we keep coming up and failing here. We got a ton of corn, okay? But down here now, I'm just saying higher lows, kind of like the silver. Actually, those kind of like the silver. So let's go over to the soybean complex. Okay, this is the one. Oh, yeah, what's July Nove? Hang on a second. Let's go see July Nove. Okay, 8 and a quarter. Okay, if there was real demand in the cash, this would go up. They would tighten. This is old crop, so this is July beans coming up now, minus November beans, plus 10 cents-ish, 8 cents actually here, okay? And this is where we were back last year. So let's go back to the July beans here. Okay, so this is live. This is the high right up here, okay? And these were a couple tiny ones here. As a matter of fact, I'm taking those off. Okay, because this is a bigger picture game, but gives you a ballpark. Okay, so if you're a big swinging dick, and you're like, then get a hold of me. Then get a hold of me. Okay, I've got the levels here. I mean, to where you can make calculated bets, on 80% fire sale prices. So those are beans here. Those are Julys here. This is the November hedging here. Here you had an old trend line here off these highs. Oh, no, it looks like a little bit farther than that here. Here it was a hit. Here it was a hit. Okay, you can make your argument here. This is a big number here. This is kind of how you can play it. And I'm not saying that each time it's going down. That's a nickel bet. A nickel bet. So here you came to a trend line. Okay, so you're buying it against this low possibly, and you got a nickel bet. So it gives you good. Right here, I said on the reds, you watch the settlement prices. Okay, here, where did we close? Exactly at the red. Here we did. We closed over it, and then the next day we rejected it here. So $12 is the high right here, 99 in the goats. There's an old high here at $12 and a half. These are just going to be short-term numbers. These are long-term trend lines coming down. Okay, here it's the high yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And then yesterday, and this was Friday also, the low. Okay, and as a matter of fact, we opened here, and then we came here on the. Oh no! Here we came back and rallied on the bell, traded here, and then finished down. So so you got 2 days down. That's interesting. Might be the start of something bigger here. Let's go to meal. I know bean oil here, 75.20 here. Okay, this is bean oil, 75.08 here. What's this? 75.16. Oh, that's right. Okay, and then we were dicking around over here. Let me give you a longer term chart of that. Okay, is this the new floor? Is this like what was it down at 49? Remember that when we gapped, we went limit up, and then we ended up coming all the way back down here. As a matter of fact, it was kind of here. It was. It was. Where was it? Let's go look here if you want to see. Oh, see, it's going back too far. It was like that down there. You know what? I don't even want to get off this chart here because this is, this is a tool for scalping, okay? So what I'm going to send out to clients, so. Last one, let's go to soybean meal, okay? So this is where we are, okay? So all you need to know is I got two levels right here. And if they're going thin, thick, these are sells on the way up, okay? 1 day close over it, up your yin-yang, okay? And which was like bean oil also. When I was saying I had some clients, we took a scalp $300 out of 300 points out of it. And, and then you got your bid down there at the green. So, but anyway, here's where we are, 339, 340 half. This is yesterday's high here. We're at a breakout. Here's an upward sloping, but I want to make a point here. I don't have much up here, okay? Good, so you cannot rule out here. Now let's go to a weekly, all right? Okay, see, so back here, okay, right here, you got this trend line right here, okay? It's all about the data, okay? And then this is, what was this, last year? This was May 25, May 24, I said, it's okay? So that's why May can be a time for highs. There's July 1st. Okay, and then we expired. And then the new contract came. We don't have to do that, but that's how your data should be. So anyway, that's an upside look, 373. I got $10, $12, $15 ranges on the upside. We're at, call it 340, okay? We had a major buyer here Friday, and and we're kind of sticking here. They immediately broke it on that guy. Here's 333.60. That's an old powder blue here. Okay, so this thing is making up its mind here longer term. Do not rule out. As a matter of fact, didn't somebody buy 10,000 calls in the meal? Goodness gracious. All right, if you need anything, you need custom levels. You need numbers in stocks. Should we do a stocks? Email me, arp@nasdog.com. You know, you need something for your algo. You sit at home, you sit and you're using a Bloomberg or less. Okay? And like Cunningham or any of these software programs, I can help you save money. You know, depends on your trader profile, things I might suggest. Definitely trading technologies, I could save you 10 grand off that. Anyway, ARP at NASDAQ. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk. Thanks for watching.